Hi, this is Michael, and this is a review of the Corsair K95 RGB Platinum mechanical keyboard. This thing is fantastic if you're looking for a very high quality mechanical keyboard. Even if you're not a gamer, even if you're a Mac user, you might want to give this a consideration. First of all, it is super solid, and it has a very long 7-foot cable on it, USB cable. Actually, this is a super heavy-duty cable too. It's braided, has a braided cloth exterior, and it is a heavy-duty cable. This should be able to withstand a lot of abuse in your backpack if you're hauling this around. Now you'll notice it does have 2 USB ends on it, and one end is required. That is going to actually cause the keyboard to operate. The other is a pass-through, so you've actually got a USB output on the back here, and so you can use that for a mouse or whatever. But speaking of that, if you do want to add a mouse to this or trackpad or something, they do give you some cabling routing slots here on the bottom of the keyboard, so that can be helpful. Also, since we're looking at the bottom, do notice that there are little legs that pop out, and these do have a sort of a rubberized tip on them, so they're going to help prevent this keyboard from sliding around. And also these are rubberized pads as well. The back of the keyboard is plastic. This is a plastic cover here, but the face of the keyboard is brushed aluminum, and it is really slick looking. And all the keys, obviously, the reason you get an RGB keyboard is if you want to have some pretty flashy lights going on underneath your keys. Now on a Mac, you can use this as a straight ahead keyboard, no problem whatsoever, but you're not going to be getting the full benefit of this keyboard and the Q software. In fact, the Q software doesn't really exist on the Mac. However, there is a project on Github which you can try it on the Mac. I've tried it and I haven't been fully satisfied with it, so I don't really use it, but you do get a little bit of functionality when you install that and on the Mac. But you can see here that even though the Q software isn't working, you do get some really cool colorations going on here. So up on the top left section of the keyboard, you'll notice there are 3 buttons. And one of them is the brightness button. The other one will cycle you through, this is on a Mac, mind you, this will cycle you through the, I believe there's 3 different sort of programs of lights on the Mac that you can enjoy. So this is one of them. Let me get the brightness. You can turn the brightness all the way up, or you can turn it off. So we have 1, 2, 3 levels of brightness, and then it turns it off. So let me get it on the brightest, and then let me slowly cycle through the different programs. So this is just running automatically. I've done nothing to program this, and you can see it's just changing colors and moving from left to right, and the colors are changing as that goes across. This is the second program, and this is giving you a rotary kind of a changing of the colors. And then the third mode is just sort of randomly flashing all over the place. So it is pretty colorful, and when you're in a darkened room, that is a really cool look. But if you don't want to see any lights at all, you can just turn it off. Now once you get the Q software installed, you have complete control over the coloration and what you want to do. And you can have it be so that when you push each individual key, it will simply light that key and then slowly decay away, for instance. And you can also set up areas of the keyboard to be lit a certain color for your gaming. So if you want certain keys to be highlighted so you can just at a glance see them out of the corner of your eye, you can do that as well. You also have macro keys over here which you can program. On the Mac, these really don't have any function, but when you're using the Q software on a PC, you can program macros on this as well. Now again, on the Mac, you do have a control that does work. This is your volume, and then you can mute the volume right here. Some of these other keys will work on the Mac. Play and pause music, you can stop, you can change tracks, and you just have to go through and spend a little time with the keyboard if you're not used to using a PC-style keyboard on your Mac. there is a little bit of adjustment. Now the keys itself, this is a mechanical keyboard, and I just grew up using a mechanical keyboard, so the typing experience for me is wonderful. I really like it. Much better than these chiclet style keys that I have on my MacBook Pro. It's just much more, I don't know, satisfying to me. It is kind of noisy. This is the noise you can expect to hear when you're using this. Clickety, 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 click. Now, it doesn't bother me. I actually kind of like it. The space bar does have a texture on it, which is really nice. And overall, the quality of these keys are just fantastic. So it is expensive, but yes, it is a very high quality keyboard. Do you need to spend this much money if you're on a Mac and you just want a mechanical keyboard? No, you don't. But most mechanical keyboards that are not for gaming are just kind of bland. And wouldn't you really rather have a little bit of bling in your life? So in any case, I really do love this keyboard. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll try to answer if I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a great day.